even in that sense of seeing my wife before I met her, I'm telling you the truth. I've seen her in my dreams. I've seen her in the descriptions of, other people's conversation with me about being married again. And when I met my wife, my first date with my wife, I seen her aura. I was able to see people's auras around them. And I was like, wow. And I'm telling you, I have one great friend. And I can't even say her name. I'm just kidding. I have a great friend named Michelle. And let me share a story. Michelle just came to me the other day and she was like, David, I have this friend I've been hanging out with. And every time I hang out with her, I'm not going deep into the conversation, but you'll learn by the story what the relationship is. And she said, every time I leave, I feel drained. I feel like I'm just not myself. And that's not who Michelle. She's energetic. She's always on the run, always going. And she's like, what? I think this woman is sucking my energy out. And I was like, Michelle, that woman is doing exactly that. She is sucking your energy because there are energy vultures out here, right? That suck your energy because it's in such a low vibration state of mind. And their lifestyle is so vulnerable that they tend to try to leech onto you and pull out your great energy just to make themselves happy, to make themselves feel good. Can't you relate with this with people in your circle or people that you experience at work? Even in the restaurant, your waitress have a low vibration and just mess up your whole dinner. Real talk, energy is real. And people don't like to talk about it because it's unfamiliarness to them that, it's not what, Jesus or God speak about. Clearly, it is in the Bible, but it's not just in plain text the way we want it to be. Man, I mean, I just stay away from controversial type of conversations sometimes, but this one I know is going to bring, turn a lot of heads, and it's okay. But when you're praying at a very low vibration, very low, because you're begging. And the only time every time you see a movie when it's back in the 1200 season, decade, I don't know, just if you see old movies back when there's knights and kings and when there's a king involved or there's a emperor involved, the people who's begging are the majority of the pagans, right? The people, the lower that don't have nothing, the poor, they're begging to this person to give to them. And these people are in these castles, high up in the castles, portraying themselves as what? God. Look how castles are, and go to Revelations when it talks about the gates of gold. I'm telling you, they were out there praying and hoping to be fed. And that's what we do when we pray. We're begging. And we're at a very low vibration when you're praying. But when you're manifesting, you resonating on such a high vibration and a high energy level that you are lifting yourself, elevating yourself, seeing yourself elevated into a better you. Like we're not begging that we can manifest this life of ours if we thought different. It says if you change the way you think, you can change the outcome of your life. But just by the changing your thoughts, the way you think. So when I began to experience this, I was like, wow. Just imagine if I had not wasted And I'm not saying wasted. Okay, let me rephrase that, because I know that's a strong word. Because I didn't waste anything, because I was learning in the process as well. Because I was at the highest form of vibration when I was serving God, because I was really intensified by just wanting to please Him. I mean, seriously, like, God, wherever you want me to be, send me. Wherever it is, send me. I am your loyal, faithful servant. Send me. And I felt that way. I would die for God. I remember saying stories to people all the time, like, man, how big is your faith, David? My faith is this big. If there's a gun pointed at me and just a normal person, just a stranger, I would say, kill me, spare that baby, spare that life, spare that person, and take me. Because in my mind, I knew I was going to heaven. So I would be afraid of a man who can only just take this body but can't take the soul. That's the way I thought. And I meant that. And I lived that life. Ask anybody to see me in that lifestyle will tell you David lived that life to the fullest. Yes, I said before, I sinned, yes. Because that's what happens when you try to live a perfect life to please somebody else. You're going to fail them every time. And the Bible says that. Everyone comes short of the glory of God. All have sinned and have fallen short of the glory of God. No matter what you do, you'll always be a sinner. No man is perfect but Jesus. So you always going to vibrate at a lower vibration. You always is. Serving these gods instead of thinking like one and living like one. If they said, when Adam and Eve and Adam was taken, it said it was not to be taking this food because it says it's going to become like us, like-minded, like us. See, that's what the guys are afraid of. Us becoming true form of our potential of God. Yes, we are gods, but we're demigods. And we're trying to find our way back to our regular, our birthplace. I know this is over your head, and I get it. But it's, some of you guys are listening. There's some of you guys are understanding what I'm talking about, and that's the point. This may not be for everybody, but it's for somebody. And I just want to talk about it. I just want to get off my chest, because I've been doing this for 4 years now. There's so much more I gotta learn. There's so much more I want to learn. So much I want to engage with others that have so much more I can listen to and learn from. But I'm in a great place right now where I see things that's transforming my life. Let me give you an example. Like, when I told you I hit rock bottom twice. When one of them times I hit rock bottom, I lost my car. Right? My car got repoed because, ex-girlfriend wasn't paying her part that we both agreed upon. I shouldn't have never trusted it, but I did. And I lost my car. And I didn't know how I was going to get to, my job. I was just flabbergasted, right? And for months, I posted my favorite car was a Jeep, right? Jeep Wrangler. I wanted one of them so bad. I was like, man, so I cut out a picture, posted on my vision board, and I said, I'm gonna have myself a Jeep, right? And every day I got up, and I was, before I went to work, I look at that vision board, and I'm like, yes, I believe everything on that board, but I want that Jeep. I kept talking about that Jeep, and talking about that Jeep to everybody that would talk to me about my Jeep. I was talking about this Jeep for a long time, and I'm like, I'm gonna have this Jeep. Well, I didn't get the Jeep, but I got a free car. Someone gifted a car to me, and I was like, what? That's crazy. See, I was thinking Jeep, but I was satisfied with whatever come to me. So think about that. I have a repo on my credit. I've got a gifted car, right? Drove that thing like it was a brand new car. And I'm like, I need a better car because a more reliable car and a better car because I wanted to do Lyft, right? Lyft and Uber. So I went into the dealership and I got this email that said you pre-qualify, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, here's a scam again, right? But no, I really believe that I pre-qualify because remember, I manifest things in my life. So I was in that dealership, with a repo. They looked at my credit and guess what? They gave me a brand new car. And they gave me $1,500. No, I'm sorry, $2,500 for that car that someone gifted me to put towards the car I was buying in my name. So not only I got the Jeep, but I got a great car and then a reliable car in my name to reestablish my credit again off that repo. Get it? So I've been manifesting my life ever since I, had that spiritual awakening. Though that day that I was trying to kill myself. Okay. Fast forward to this life right now. I'm still believing the same things. I believe that, someone came to me and said, hey, well, no, I was talking to people, and every person I talked to, they would say, man, you need to start a podcast. You need to talk. People need to listen to what you have to say. You have a lot of knowledge there. And people need to hear this. 3 people came to me. Now I believe in the power of numbers. So I believe 3 people came to me and said the same thing after speaking to them. And guess what? In 3 weeks, what you see behind me, I manifest. I'm going to have a podcast show. And I went to work. See, what I believe in, you actually got to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, money may come to you and, in certain mysterious ways and things like that. But like, I have the ability to get my ass out of my bed and go to work. So that is my gift from the gods. The ability to work. Okay. So I work and I put my hard-earned money into this podcast room, and here we are. And this is what I'm using this platform for. It's my platform, and I'm gonna use it the way I want to use it, and it's to benefit myself through, so that I can benefit others, and they can take my words or take the things I'm saying, research for themselves, or do the hard work by researching and reading till you get a point where you feel like I have found this new me. And that's the difference. I'm no longer vulnerable, but in my vulnerable state, I became spiritual. In a way that I have free will to believe what I want to believe and live my life the way I want to live it. As long as you understand this. I'm not out there killing, stealing. Talk about that. I'm talking about in the high enlightenment of yourself, the best version of you. To learn as much you can, and to deliver it through your life experiences, that others may see it and say, that's what I want. And as they begin their journey, just as I did. I asked the question and I got the answer. The answer is me. I am in the beginning. I'm the beginning of this new life. That was what he was talking about. I am the beginning. This is the beginning of my new life. And I took advantage of it. And I've been doing this for 4 years. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 years now. 5 years. And I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of my life. So let's talk about it. Thank you again for tuning into my show. And I hope that you subscribe and hit that like and also comment. Let's talk about it. Until next time, thank you for tuning in with Talking with Dawson. Have a good night.